Have you ever gazed into an aquarium and been captivated by a tiny, shimmering fish? Among the gentle currents of Southeast Asia's tropical streams swims one of nature's most dazzling creations, the Harlequin rasbora. Small, graceful, and glowing with hues of red, orange, and copper. This little fish has won the hearts of aquarists all over the world. But behind its stunning beauty lies an extraordinary evolutionary story. It's a tale of survival, adaptation, and natural artistry that began millions of years ago, deep beneath the rainforest canopy. Let's dive in and explore the incredible journey of this living jewel. The Harlequin rasbora, or asterisk, Trigonostigma heteromorpha, asterisk, if you want to get scientific, traces its lineage back to the ancient freshwater ecosystems of Southeast Asia. We're talking about the lowland forests of Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, and Sumatra. Millions of years ago, these places were vast, humid jungles crisscrossed by soft, tannin-rich streams, all shaded by towering trees. These dark, mysterious waters became the evolutionary cradle for countless small fish species, each one uniquely adapted to its environment. And it's here that our Harlequin rasbora began its remarkable transformation. Believe it or not, the ancestors of the Harlequin rasbora were likely plain, silvery schooling. They were descendants of the early supremiforms, the same ancient order that includes today's carps, minnows, and barbs. These primitive fish were perfectly happy in the clear rivers and floodplains across Asia. But the world doesn't stand still. As geological and climatic changes shaped the continent, new environments started to emerge. The forests thickened, the streams grew darker as they filled with decaying leaves, and the oxygen levels in the water began to drop. To survive in these new, challenging conditions, the early rasboras had to evolve. They had to adapt or disappear. One of the Harlequin rasbora's most amazing adaptations is its ability to thrive in acidic, low-oxygen environments. These are the exact conditions you find in peat swamps, created by all that rotting vegetation. It's a tough place to live for most fish, but not for the harlequin. Over countless generations, it developed specialized gills and blood chemistry that allowed for much more efficient oxygen uptake. This superpower enabled it to colonize habitats where other fish simply couldn't survive. Its slender, streamlined body also became perfectly designed for slow, graceful swimming through the calm, shaded waters it now called home. It was becoming a specialist, a master of its unique domain. And then evolution decided to get artistic. It painted the Harlequin rasbora with its most iconic feature, that famous black triangular patch stretching from the middle of its body all the way to its tail. This harlequin mark is one of the most distinctive patterns in the entire fish world. Scientists believe this pattern evolved for a couple of key reasons: camouflage and communication. In the dappled, shifting light of the forest streams, this dark patch helps the fish blend in with fallen leaves and shadows, making it harder for predators to spot. At the same time, it serves as a social signal, helping individual fish recognize their own kind and synchronize their movements within the school. It's a fashion statement with a life-or-death purpose. But the makeover didn't stop there. Bright metallic scales developed next, catching and reflecting the faint ambient light to create stunning flashes of orange and copper. These shimmering colors weren't just for show. They likely served as a powerful mating signal. The most vibrant and brilliant fish were the most attractive to potential partners. This is a perfect example of what biologists call sexual selection, where beauty literally becomes a sign of health and genetic fitness. The more beautiful the fish, the better its chances of passing on its genes. Evolution wasn't just making a survivor, it was creating a work of art. As the species perfected its elegant look, its behavior evolved right alongside it. The Harlequin rasbora is a quintessential schooling fish, which means its safety strategy is all about numbers. By moving as one, a school of harlequins creates a mesmerizing, glittering display that is not just beautiful, but also highly strategic. A predator finds it incredibly difficult to single out and target one fish when a whole cloud of them dances and darts in perfect unison. This collective movement, this silent symphony of survival, is the product of millions of years of social evolution. It's teamwork at its most primal and most effective. The species' reproductive habits also reveal a fascinating evolutionary innovation. Most small fish simply scatter their eggs and hope for the best. But not the Harlequin rasbora. They developed a unique and surprisingly careful egg-laying strategy. The female will turn upside down and attach her sticky eggs to the undersides of broad leaves, often from aquatic plants like the popular cryptogamia. The male follows, fertilizing them right there. This clever behavior protects the vulnerable eggs from being eaten by bottom-dwelling predators or getting buried in debris. It dramatically increases the survival rate of their offspring. Natural selection clearly favored the parents who could best protect their young, shaping this intelligent and nurturing instinct over generations. Over time, geographic isolation led to the emergence of close relatives. Think of them as evolutionary cousins. The lamchop rasbora, or trigonostigma, and the glowlight rasbora, trigonostigma engeli, each branched off from the family tree. Each species developed subtle but distinct differences in color, shape, and even the size of that trademark patch, all perfectly attuned to the specific microhabitats of their home streams. Yet, these cousins still share the harlequin's graceful spirit and delicate beauty, a clear testament to a shared ancestry deep in the ancient rainforests of Asia. For millennia, these small fish remained hidden gems of nature, known only to the creatures that shared their streams. That all changed in the early 1900s, when European naturalists began exploring the rich biodiversity of Southeast Asia. In 1904, the Harlequin rasbora was officially described and given its scientific name by the British ichthyologist Charles Tate Regan. When it was introduced to the aquarium hobby shortly after, its charm was immediate and undeniable. It quickly became a beloved symbol of natural perfection, a tiny masterpiece sculpted by evolution itself. But the Harlequin's story of adaptation didn't stop there. In aquariums all across the world, it had to adapt once again, this time to a life lived in glass tanks. And it did so beautifully. Learning to thrive under human care, dedicated breeders have worked diligently to maintain its vivid colors and gentle temperament, ensuring that the fish we see today are just as stunning as their wild ancestors. Meanwhile, conservationists are studying its wild populations, trying to better understand its crucial role in its native ecosystem and what we need to do to protect it. Unfortunately, the Harlequin rasbora's wild story faces a modern threat. Its natural habitats, the very peat swamps and forest streams that shaped it, are now under immense pressure. Deforestation for palm oil plantations, pollution from agriculture and industry, and the overarching effects of climate change are transforming these delicate ecosystems at an alarming rate. The dark, acidic waters are disappearing, yet the fish's incredible history of adaptability gives us hope. Scientists, conservationists, and even home aquarists are collaborating on a global scale to preserve its wild populations and protect the precious wetlands it calls home. From an evolutionary perspective, the Harlequin rasbora is nothing short of a masterpiece of adaptation. It's a creature refined, not by random chance, but by a perfect harmony with its environment. Every shimmering color on its scales, every graceful movement it makes, every instinct it follows tells the long and complex story of survival, a story shaped by time, water, and light. So, the next time you see a school of Harlequin rasboras gliding effortlessly through an aquarium, take a moment. Remember that you're not just looking at a pretty fish. You are witnessing millions of years of evolutionary artistry, condensed into just a few inches of living, breathing beauty. It is a powerful reminder that evolution isn't just about the survival of the fittest in a brutal sense. It's also about creating elegance, fostering cooperation, and achieving a delicate, beautiful balance with the world. The Harlequin rasbora may be small, but its story is vast, a shimmering reflection of nature's incredible patience and boundless creativity. From the ancient, tea-colored streams of Asian forests to aquariums all over the globe, it remains one of evolution's most delicate and enduring jewels. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today. If you enjoyed learning about this amazing fish, please hit that like button and consider subscribing for more stories from the natural world. See you next time.